You know, finding the perfect dog is one of the best feelings in the world, right? But for seniors, choosing the wrong breed, well, that can lead to a whole lot of unexpected stress. Today, we're going to count down the 10 breeds that, even though they're super popular, are often a really tough match for a quieter lifestyle. And I promise you, a few of these are definitely going to surprise you.
So picture this. Have you ever looked at one of those sweet, tiny dogs and just thought, that's it. That's the perfect low-maintenance friend for mom or grandpa. It's such a common thought. I mean, we see small and fluffy, and our brains just automatically think easy.
Well, you might want to think again, because as we're about to find out, some of the most adorable, gentle-looking breeds can secretly be an absolute handful. They can bring way more stress than comfort into a home that really needs peace and predictability.
Okay, before we dive into our list, if you want more guides just like this one, guides that help you and your dog live your best lives together, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button for the Love Dogs channel. We would absolutely love to have you as part of our community.
All right, here we go. Let's get this countdown started. We're going to begin with breeds whose biggest challenges are often hidden behind a super adorable face, from some pretty serious health concerns to surprisingly demanding care routines. Kicking off our list at number 10 is the oh-so-lovable pug. And listen, with pugs, the main issue isn't really their behavior, it's their health. Their endless affection often comes with, well, endless worry. Their breathing difficulties are a very real thing, and even mild heat can be dangerous for them. It's a breed that just requires constant, careful management to keep them safe and comfortable.
Okay, we've arrived at what I think is our most surprising pick on the list. This is the one that gets recommended for seniors all the time. It's the one everyone thinks is the perfect, easy choice.
So, let me ask you, which wildly popular lapdog do you think is hiding a shocking amount of high-maintenance work behind all that fluff? Go on, take a guess.
The answer, coming in at number 9, is the Shih Tzu. That's right. Their reputation as the ideal senior companion, it's not quite the full story. And it really all comes down to hidden work.
For example, that beautiful coat, it demands daily grooming and face cleaning just to prevent infections. And their cute, flat faces can cause serious breathing problems. They can also be surprisingly stubborn when it comes to training. And believe me, the vet bills for common eye and respiratory issues can really add up. They are incredibly sweet dogs, but they are far from a low-effort companion.
Now let's dive a little deeper into this category of small dogs with really big challenges. This is where so many people get tripped up, because with these next two breeds, their size is completely and totally misleading.
At number 8, we have the Chihuahua. Despite their tiny size, they come with a giant attitude. They tend to be nervous and very territorial, which often leads to constant barking. House training can be a real, persistent struggle, and their fragile bones are a constant worry, especially for an owner who might have balance issues. And on top of all that, they often bond fiercely to just one person and can become jealous and even snappy with everybody else.
Coming in at number 7 is the Jack Russell Terrier. You see that little body and you think, oh, a quiet little lapdog. What you actually get is a fuzzy personal trainer who is convinced that rest days are for the weak. They are tiny little dynamos of energy. They were bred for hunting, which means they are always on, always ready to bark, to dig, and to run.
Now, I know what you're thinking. A Labrador at number 6? But here's the deal. Everyone pictures that calm, older lab you see in the commercials. But the reality of a young lab is so different. They are just bursting with this goofy, boundless energy. A bored young lab is a 70-pound chaos machine, fully capable of chewing, jumping, and knocking things and people right over without consistent daily exercise. At number 5, we have the Beagle, which someone once perfectly described as a nose with a dog attached. And it is so true. With over 200 million scent receptors, their entire world is about smell. And that means your commands will almost always come in second place to some fascinating scent on the breeze, making them stubborn, independent, and very prone to just wandering off. All right, we are now entering the top 4, and this category is all about high energy and powerful breeds. These are the dogs that can seriously feel like they require more work than a daily workout, and their strength can pose a real physical challenge.
Landing at number 4 is the Dalmatian. We all have that movie image stuck in our head, right? Calm, elegant, and perfectly spotted. But the reality? It's a lot more like living with a hyper toddler who's on a diet of pure espresso. These dogs were bred to run alongside carriages for miles, so a quiet, sedentary life is just not in their DNA.
Coming in hot at number 3 is the German Shepherd. And a key concern here is just their raw power. A German Shepherd can pull over twice its own weight. I mean, just think about that. That's an incredible amount of force on the other end of a leash. And while they are so loyal and protective, their sheer strength combined with a need for firm, consistent training can be a serious risk for an owner who isn't physically prepared for that kind of power.
Our runner-up at number 2 is the Border Collie, often described as a furry genius with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. And it fits. These dogs are brilliant, but that big brain needs constant work. If you don't give them puzzles and training and tasks to do, they will invent their own entertainment, and that usually involves destroying something or hurting you around the house. For a senior just looking for a calm companion, this need for constant mental engagement can be absolutely exhausting.
And coming in at the number 1 spot on our list is the absolutely stunning Siberian Husky. I mean, these dogs are just breathtaking. But they were built for a job. And that job is to run for miles and miles and miles. They are simply not genetically programmed to relax on the couch all day.
This quote really captures the whole challenge. A husky will love you, for sure, but they'll often love running away from you even more. Their escape artistry is legendary, and their immense pulling power on a leash can easily overwhelm a senior. It can turn what should be a pleasant walk into a genuinely risky situation.
Okay, so after all that, you might be feeling a little bit discouraged. But please, don't worry. We're going to pivot now from the problem to the solution. Let's talk about some truly great choices. Breeds that are known for bringing peace, not pressure, into a home.
So let's look at some absolutely wonderful options. For allergy sufferers, you've got breeds like the miniature or toy poodle. They're so intelligent, easy to train, and low-shedding. The Bichon Frise is another fantastic, low-shedding choice. They're cheerful and they thrive in quieter homes. If you're looking for the ultimate gentle, loving companion to just always be by your side, the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel is pretty hard to beat. And for those in smaller homes, the Havanese is a sturdy but small and playful choice that is perfect for apartment living.
At the end of the day, the most important thing to take away from all this is simple. True compatibility is all about matching your lifestyle and your energy level with the dog's. It's not just about picking one based on its size or how cute it looks. So now that you know which breeds might be a bit of a tough fit, it kind of brings up another question, doesn't it? For the dog you may already have at home, are you maybe unintentionally making common emotional mistakes that could be hurting them without you even realizing it? You should check out our next explainer to learn all about it. And please, subscribe to Love Dogs so you never miss out on essential advice that helps your best friend live their absolute best life. Thanks so much for joining us.